Today I want to give you 3 rules that are as timeless as they are profound. These aren't just theories. They are principles I've lived by, principles that have stood the test of time, guiding countless individuals to achieve their own version of success. And the beauty of these principles, they are as applicable today as they were 100 years ago, and as they will be 100 years from now. Today, we stand together, not at the beginning of a journey, but at the precipice of realization. A realization that success, much like the grandeur of the mighty oak, is a result of not just 1 or 2, but a myriad of elements coming together, elements that are deeply rooted in the very essence of our being. Now, let us turn our attention to the universal quest for success. It's a quest as old as time itself, transcending borders, cultures, and generations. This quest, however, is not for the faint of heart. It demands courage, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Yet the path to success is often obscured by the complexity of our ambitions and the chaos of our surroundings. But what if I told you that the essence of true success lies in the simplicity of 3 fundamental rules? Yes, just 3 rules that have the power to transform not only how you perceive success, but how you achieve it. These rules aren't secrets hidden in ancient texts or reserved for the select few who dare to scale mountain peaks in search of enlightenment. No, these rules are accessible to each and every one of us, waiting to be discovered in the simplicity of our daily lives. They are principles that, when applied, have the power to uplift, to change, and to propel us forward toward the realization of our fullest potential. As we explore these timeless principles together, I invite you to open your minds and your hearts. Let go of preconceived notions of success and achievement. Instead, let's approach these rules with the curiosity of a child and the wisdom of a sage, ready to see the world through a new lens, a lens that simplifies the complex and clarifies the obscure. So, join me as we unravel these principles, not as mere spectators on a journey, but as active participants in the creation of our own destinies. Together, we will discover that the foundation of true success is not built on the sands of wishful thinking, but on the solid rock of disciplined action, positive attitude, and a philosophy that values growth above all else. Let's begin with the first rule, the bedrock upon which all success is built. Our exploration begins with the cornerstone of success. Philosophy. Now, when I say philosophy, I'm not talking about those old dusty books filled with hard-to-pronounce names and even harder-to-understand ideas. No, I'm talking about something much closer to home. Something deeply personal and profoundly simple. Your philosophy is the sum total of your outlook on life, the beliefs you hold dear, and the principles by which you live every day. It's like the operating system of your life. It runs in the background quietly, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. Let me tell you a story about a farmer and a traveler. A tale as old as time, but as fresh as this morning's dew. The traveler, weary from his journey, stumbled upon a farmer tending to his fields. Curious, he asked the farmer, what kind of people live in the next town? The farmer paused, looked up, and replied, well, what kind of people live in the town you're from? The traveler scoffed, oh, they're selfish, rude, and altogether unpleasant. The farmer nodded and said, you'll find the people in the next town are much the same. The very next day, another traveler approached the farmer with the same question. And again, the farmer asked about the people in the town the traveler had come from. This time, the traveler's eyes lit up as he said, oh, they're wonderful, kind, generous, and always willing to lend a hand. The farmer smiled and replied, you'll find the people in the next town are much the same. You see, the farmer understood something that many of us forget. Our external world is often a reflection of our internal philosophy. If we expect to find kindness and generosity, that's often what we'll find. And if we anticipate selfishness and rudeness, well, we won't be disappointed either. Your philosophy is like a garden. If you plant seeds of optimism, growth, and possibility, you'll reap a harvest of success and fulfillment. But if you allow the weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear to take root, they'll choke out any chance of prosperity and happiness. The beauty of this garden, your philosophy, is that you are its master gardener. Every day you have the choice of what seeds to plant and what weeds to pull. Now, how does one cultivate a philosophy that breeds success? It starts with awareness, being mindful of the thoughts you nurture and the beliefs you entertain. It grows through education. Not just formal education, but learning from life, from every victory and every setback. And it flourishes by association. The company you keep, the conversations you engage in, and the ideals you admire and aspire to embody. Remember, the most profound changes often begin with the simplest of shifts in perspective. As you refine your philosophy, focusing on growth, resilience, and a positive outlook, you'll find that the world around you starts to change. Not because it has, but because you have. As we move forward, let's keep in mind that our philosophy isn't just about how we see the world. It's about how we choose to engage with it. This brings us to the second rule of success. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to reflect on our own philosophies. What seeds are you planting in the garden of your mind? Are they seeds of doubt or seeds of potential? The answer to this question is the key to unlocking the door to your future. A future we'll continue to explore together as we delve into the power of attitude. After planting the seeds of a potent philosophy, we naturally progress to the second rule of success. Attitude. If philosophy is the soil where the seeds of success are planted, then attitude is the sunshine that nurtures them. It's the warmth and light that allow your aspirations to bloom. Your attitude is your window to the world. It shapes how you see everything around you. People, opportunities, challenges, and even yourself. Consider for a moment a daybreak, the start of a new day. Two individuals gaze out their windows at the emerging sun. One sees the dawn and thinks another day of toil and problems. The other sees the same sun and feels invigorated, thinking another day of opportunities and possibilities. The sun hasn't changed. It's the same for both. What's different is the window they're looking through. Their attitudes? Let's delve into a story that vividly illustrates the power of a positive attitude. There was once a salesman who was known not only for his relentless optimism, but also for his consistently high sales figures, something that baffled his colleague. The salesman, let's call him John, faced the same market conditions, the same products, and the same customers as his peers. Yet, while others saw problems, John saw potential. When asked about his secret, John would simply say, "I wake up each morning excited about who I might help today and what I might learn." His attitude turned obstacles into opportunities, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. John's story isn't just about sales. It's a testament to the transformative power of attitude in every facet of life. When you cultivate an attitude that emphasizes growth, learning, and resilience, you don't just navigate life more successfully. You change the game entirely. Challenges become lessons waiting to be learned. Setbacks become setups for comebacks. And what others see as dead ends, you see as detours on the path to success. But how do you develop such an attitude? It starts with a decision to focus on the positive, to be grateful for what you have, and to see the potential in what lies ahead. It grows through practice, daily affirmations of your worth, your goals, and the positive impact you can have on the world around you. And it's reinforced by resilience, the inner strength that allows you to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. A positive attitude isn't about ignoring life's difficulties. It's about facing them with courage, optimism, and a belief in your ability to overcome them. It's about choosing to see the good in people, to appreciate the beauty in life's journey, and to embrace each day with enthusiasm and hope. Now, let me share another story, this one about a teacher named Mrs. Thompson. She had a student, Eric, who was, by all accounts, difficult and unengaged. Where others saw a lost cause, Mrs. Thompson saw a challenge. She decided to invest extra time with Eric, encouraging him, focusing on his strengths, And, most importantly, believing in him when no one else did. By the end of the year, Eric had transformed. Years later, Eric wrote to Mrs. Thompson, thanking her for her belief in him, attributing his success in life to her positive attitude and the faith she had in him. Mrs. Thompson's window to the world allowed her to see Eric's potential, changing both their lives in the process. Your attitude is a choice, a powerful tool that shapes your experiences, your relationships, and your life's trajectory. It's the lens through which you view the world, and by adjusting that lens, you can change not just what you see, but what you achieve. As we reflect on the transformative power of attitude, let's remember that it's not just about facing the world with a smile, but about facing ourselves with honesty and courage. It's about choosing to be architects of our own destiny, using the bricks of challenges and the mortar of perseverance to build a life of meaning and success. This exploration of attitude, this understanding of its pivotal role in our quest for success, naturally leads us to the third rule, a rule that brings our philosophy and attitude into the realm of action. But before we cross that bridge, take a moment to ask yourself, what window am I looking through? Am I seeing the world in shades of gray, or am I basking in the sunlight of possibilities? The answer to this question might just be the key to unlocking a world of potential you never knew existed. So, we've talked about philosophy, the bedrock of success, and attitude, the window to the world. Now, let's turn our focus to the third rule of success, which brings to life the principles we hold and the outlook we nurture. Activity, the very engine of achievement. Imagine for a moment you're standing at the edge of a field, a vast expanse of fertile land stretching out before you. In your hands, you hold seeds, each one a potential waiting to be realized. You've studied the seasons, you understand the soil, and your heart is buoyed by an unshakable belief in the harvest to come. But all this, every bit of knowledge and every ounce of optimism amounts to little without the act of planting those seeds. This, my friends, is the essence of activity. It's not merely about taking action, but about taking purposeful action toward your goals. Consider the story of a man who dreamed of building a magnificent garden. He spent his days planning, imagining the colors and fragrances that would fill the air. Yet, day after day, he sat by his window, lost in thought, never setting foot outside to turn the soil, plant a single seed, or water the ground. What do you think became of his garden? The answer is as simple as it is profound. For dreams, no matter how vivid, require the touch of action to be realized. Now, let's talk about the significance of consistent, purposeful action. There's a timeless truth in the power of small, disciplined steps. These are the steps that, over time, lead to significant milestones. It's the daily discipline of activity that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Take the example of a young writer, full of ideas and bursting with stories to tell. She dreams of writing a novel, a story that will touch the hearts of readers around the world. But there's a gap between her dream and the book she wishes to hold in her hands. That gap is bridged by daily activity, by sitting down each day, rain or shine, to write, even when the words feel trapped inside. Over days and months, those daily sessions add up, word by word, page by page, until one day she types the last sentence of her manuscript. Her consistent activity, fueled by her philosophy and attitude, has turned her dream into reality. Activity is the manifestation of our philosophy and the reflection of our attitude. It's through activity that we bring our deepest beliefs and brightest hopes into the world. But activity, to be effective, must be directed, intentional, and infused with purpose. It's not about being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about being busy in the pursuit of your dreams. Purposeful action is characterized by clarity and focus. It's knowing not just what you need to do, but why you're doing it. This clarity of purpose energizes your efforts, turning routine tasks into steps on the path to greatness. And yet, the path of activity is often met with obstacles and setbacks. It's here that the true value of disciplined steps becomes evident. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory in its own right, a testament to your commitment and a building block in the edifice of your success. In the realm of activity, there's no room for half measures or half-hearted efforts. It demands your all. But remember, the size of your step is not what counts. It's the consistency of your stride. Whether you move forward by an inch or a mile, the key is to keep moving, keep striving, and keep believing. As we reflect on the role of activity in achieving success, let's remind ourselves that the engine of achievement runs on the fuel of our philosophy and is steered by the compass of our attitude. But without activity, without putting our hands to the plow and our shoulders to the wheel, the journey of success remains a journey untaken. In closing, consider this: between who you are and who you want to be lies in what you do. Your actions, your activities, are the bridge between possibility and reality. So ask yourself, what step will I take today toward my dream? How will I turn my philosophy and attitude into purposeful action? The answers to these questions are the keys to unlocking a life of success and fulfillment. As we move forward, let the principle of activity guide you. Let it be the wind at your back and the ground beneath your feet as you climb your mountains and chase your stars. Remember, in the symphony of success, philosophy provides the melody, attitude adds harmony, but it's activity. It's those disciplined, purposeful actions that bring the music to life. Integrating the principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity into the fabric of daily life isn't just about adopting a set of behaviors. It's about cultivating a mindset that transforms every moment into an opportunity for growth and success. Let's break this down into a narrative that mirrors the essence of practical wisdom, akin to the style of Jim Rohn, ensuring it resonates with the clarity and depth that marked his teachings. The journey towards a balanced and successful life begins not with grand leaps, but with the simple steps we take each day. It's in the quiet moments of decision, where philosophy guides our choices, attitude colors our perceptions, and activity propels us forward, that we find the rhythm of success. Imagine standing at the dawn of a new day, where the crisp air is filled with possibility. It's here, in this moment of stillness, that your philosophy, your core beliefs and values, whispers the direction of your path. It's a compass built on the lessons learned, not just from your victories, but from every stumble and fall. Integrating this into daily life means pausing to reflect, asking yourself, does this choice reflect who I am and who I aspire to be? It's about aligning your actions with your values, ensuring that the steps you take are steps towards authenticity and purpose. Now, as the day unfolds, your attitude, that vibrant cloak of optimism and resilience, determines how you navigate the challenges and opportunities that come your way. It's the light that shines on the path your philosophy has charted, revealing beauty in the mundane, strength in adversity, and hope in the face of uncertainty. Cultivating a positive attitude every day isn't about denying the shadows that fall. It's about choosing to see the lessons they teach and the growth they offer. It's about greeting each day with a heart full of gratitude for the lessons of the past, the blessings of the present, and the possibilities of the future. As philosophy and attitude merge, creating the blueprint of your aspirations, activity is the energy that brings your vision to life. It's the hands that shape the clay, the brush that paints the canvas, the words that tell the story. Every task, no matter how small, is imbued with significance when it's an expression of your deepest intentions. Whether it's the work you do, the relationships you nurture, or the dreams you chase, it's the consistent, purposeful effort that turns the possible into the real. It's about making each day a testament to your commitment to your journey, recognizing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards the realization of your dreams. But how do we weave these principles into the fabric of our daily lives in a way that feels seamless and natural? It starts with the morning, the first moments of the day, where in the quiet we set our intentions, aligning our thoughts with our philosophy, our feelings with our attitude, and our actions with our goals. It's in the choices we make to approach our tasks with enthusiasm, to meet others with kindness, to face challenges with courage, and to end each day with reflection on the lessons learned and the progress made. The synergy between philosophy, attitude, and activity is not just a formula for success. It's a way of living that elevates every aspect of our existence. It's a dance of intention and action, guided by wisdom and fueled by optimism, where each step is both an expression of who we are and a step towards who we wish to become. In the narrative of our lives, let these principles be the threads that weave together the story of our journey, a story marked by growth, resilience, and achievement. Let us remember that in the art of living, success is not measured by the height of our achievements, but by the depth of our commitment to live in accordance with our values, to embrace each day with a positive spirit, and to act with purpose and passion. As we move forward, let this understanding guide us, not as a distant goal to be reached, but as a living, breathing practice that informs every moment of our lives. For in the end, it is not just about the success we achieve, but about the person we become in the process. On our exploration of the foundational principles that pave the way to a life of fulfillment and success, let's take a moment to weave together the rich tapestry of insights we've shared today. We embarked on a journey that navigated through the essential elements of philosophy, attitude, and activity, discovering how each plays an indispensable role in crafting a life that's not only successful on the outside, but deeply rewarding on the inside. Our first cornerstone philosophy is the soil from which the garden of our life grows. It's the beliefs we hold, the values we cherish, and the principles we stand by, even when the winds of challenge blow hard and cold. This philosophy isn't something esoteric reserved for thinkers and scholars. It's the everyday wisdom that guides our choices, big and small, leading us closer to our true selves and our ultimate goals. Next, we illuminated the role of attitude, the sunshine that breathes life into our aspirations, turning potential into reality. Our attitude determines how we face the day's challenges and opportunities, coloring our world in hues of hope, resilience, and gratitude. It's the lens through which we view our journey, transforming obstacles into stepping stones and failures into lessons. A positive attitude is a choice, a powerful declaration that no matter what comes our way, we will find value, meaning, and joy in the journey. And then we delved into the realm of activity, the seeds we plant and nurture through our actions. It's through purposeful, consistent action that our dreams take root and flourish, turning the invisible into the visible, the impossible into the possible. This activity isn't about frenzied motion or unchecked busyness. It's the disciplined effort directed towards our most heartfelt aspirations, making each day a step towards the realization of our dreams. Now, standing at the crossroads of insight and action, we are faced with a choice. The principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity are not merely concepts to be understood. They are beacons to guide our way, tools to be wielded in the daily crafting of our lives. The synergy between these principles forms a blueprint for success that is both timeless and universal, a foundation upon which we can build a life of profound satisfaction and achievement. So, as we move forward from this moment, let us do so with a renewed commitment to embody these principles in every facet of our life. Let us cultivate a philosophy that reflects our deepest truths, foster an attitude that shines light even in the darkest of times, and engage in activities that bring us closer to our dreams with every step we take. And now I leave you with a question, a seed of thought to plant in the garden of your minds. What would your life look like if you lived every day in alignment with these principles? Imagine the strength of character, the depth of joy, and the heights of achievement that could be yours. Remember, The journey to a life of fulfillment and success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a journey made not of leaps and bounds, but of small, consistent steps taken with purpose, passion, and perseverance, armed with the principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity. There is no limit to what you can achieve, no dream too distant to be realized. So, let us step boldly into the future, with eyes wide open to the possibilities that await, hearts full of courage, and hands ready to shape the world. The path is yours to walk, the pen is yours to write your own story of success. Let's make it a story worth telling, a journey worth taking, and a life worth living. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, in this moment full of promise and potential, we stand at the threshold of our future. The future, a vast ocean of possibilities, awaits each one of us. But let me ask you, who holds the compass to navigate these waters? Is it fate? Is it mere chance? No, it is you, and you alone, who must take charge of your future. In the journey of life, many will tell you that the future is something that happens to you. They'll say, let life take its course. What will be, will be. But I stand before you to declare a different truth. A truth that says your future isn't just a chance occurrence, but a canvas waiting for your brush, a story waiting for your pen. Taking charge of your future isn't just about making decisions. It's about making the right decisions. It's about recognizing that every day we are planting seeds that will grow into the garden of our future. What seeds are you planting? Are they seeds of action, determination, and wisdom, or are they seeds of neglect, fear, and doubt? The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. It belongs to those who understand that while they cannot control every aspect of life, they can control their reactions, their decisions, and their actions. You have the power to shape your future, to mold it like clay, to build it like an architect designs a magnificent skyscraper. But it all starts with a decision to take charge, to be the captain of your own ship, navigating through the waters of life with purpose and direction. Let's delve into understanding your current position. Having set the stage for the importance of taking charge of your future, let's turn our attention inward to where it all begins, understanding your current position. This is not just about knowing where you stand. It's about deeply comprehending the landscape of your life. It's about self-reflection, a mirror to your soul, revealing not only where you are, but also hinting at the pathways that lead to where you want to be. You see, self-reflection is much like standing at a crossroads with numerous signposts. Each signpost represents different aspects of your life, your career, your relationships, your personal growth, your health, and your finances. To choose your path wisely, you must first read and understand these signs. You must know which direction you're facing, what resources you have, and what challenges lie ahead. But let's be clear, self-reflection is not an exercise in self-criticism or regret. No, it's an honest, open-hearted assessment. It's about asking yourself some critical question. I'm where I thought I would be at this point in my life. Am I moving closer to my goals, or am I wandering aimlessly? What have been my victories and my lessons? What skills have I acquired, and what weaknesses do I need to address? Remember, the unexamined life is like an uncharted sea, aimless and unpredictable. To chart your course, you must first know your starting point. It's like a farmer who must understand his land before he sows his seeds. He must know which parts are fertile and which are barren, which parts are sunlit and which are shaded. Only then can he plant his crops wisely. Now, let me share with you the power of personal assessment. It's about taking inventory of your life. It's like a business that takes stock at the end of each year. What's selling? What's not? What's profitable? What's causing loss? In the same way, assess your actions, your habits, your relationships. Ask yourself, what's adding value to my life? What's subtracting from it? This process, my friends, is not always easy. It requires courage to face your truths, humility to acknowledge your faults, and wisdom to recognize your strengths. It may reveal uncomfortable truths, but remember, growth often comes from discomfort. Just as a seed must break open for the sprout to emerge, so must you break through self-imposed barriers to grow. In my journey, I've learned that life doesn't respond to what we want. Life responds to who we are. And who we are is largely defined by how we've responded to life's challenges and opportunities up to this point. Personal assessment helps us change our responses and thereby change who we are. So as we embark on this journey of self-assessment, I encourage you to be honest, be open, and be ready to embrace whatever comes your way. This process is not about finding blame or making excuses. It's about finding clarity and making choices. It's about setting the stage for the next act of your life's play. Having recognized the importance of self-reflection and understanding our current position, we must now turn our sails to the winds of change. Change, this is a word that can either be a barrier or a gateway. It all depends on how we perceive it, how we embrace it. The philosophy of change is not just about accepting the inevitable. It's about embracing it for growth, for progress, for the realization of our potential. Think of a caterpillar, cocooned in its own world, limited to the branches it can crawl upon. But within this creature lies a destiny of change, a transformation into a butterfly. Without this change, its true beauty, its true potential would remain unrealized. Just like the caterpillar, we too are often cocooned in our comfort zones, but our wings await, ready to unfurl. Let me share a story, a simple yet profound illustration of the necessity of change for progress. There was a man who lived in a village that was all he had ever known. His life was the same routine day in, day out. One day, he heard tales of a magnificent city full of opportunities and wonders. A city that could offer him a different life, a better life. But to reach this city, he had to travel through unknown paths, cross unfamiliar terrain. The journey was daunting, but the promise of what lay ahead spurred him on. Along the way, he faced challenges, he stumbled, he fell, but he got back up. With every step, he learned something new. He saw things he had never seen before. And when he finally reached the city, he was not the same man who had left the village. The journey had changed him, had made him wiser, stronger, more capable. This, my friends, is the essence of the philosophy of change. Change is not just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about what you learn, who you become along the way. It's about shedding old skins to grow new ones. It's about letting go of who you were to become who you can be. But embracing change is not easy. It requires courage. It demands resilience. It's stepping out into the rain, knowing you'll get wet, but also knowing that the rain is necessary for growth. It's understanding that the most beautiful flowers often bloom after the harshest winters. Throughout history, the greatest achievements, the most extraordinary stories of success have stemmed from change. Consider the great inventors, the pioneers, the visionaries. Their paths were never straight or easy. They ventured into the unknown, challenged the status quo, transformed obstacles into stepping stones. Their stories are testaments to the power of change. Now, as we stand here at the crossroads of our own lives, we are faced with a choice. Do we remain in the comfort of the known, or do we step into the realm of change? Do we cling to the familiar shores, or do we set sail towards new horizons? This decision, my friends, is what will define our future. I urge you to think about the changes you need to make. Think about the areas in your life that are calling for transformation. Embrace the journey of change, for it is in this journey that you will find your strength, your purpose, and your destiny. As we embrace change and set out on our journey of transformation, it becomes essential to anchor ourselves with clear goals and a compelling vision. These are not mere words or fanciful dreams, but the very blueprints of our future. A goal is like a beacon guiding a ship through the night, ensuring it stays on course, undeterred by the distractions and temptations that line the path. Let's talk about the importance of clear goals. Imagine a builder who sets out to construct a magnificent building. Does he begin by haphazardly laying bricks, one on top of the other, hoping a structure will emerge? Of course not. He starts with a clear plan, a blueprint that guides every step of the construction process. Similarly, in the architecture of our lives, goals are our blueprints. They provide structure, direction, and purpose. They are the targets towards which all our efforts are aimed. A goal must be clear and well-defined. The vague goals lead to vague results. It's like sailing without a compass. You might move, but you won't know in which direction. A clear goal, on the other hand, is a promise to yourself, a commitment that guides your actions and focuses your energy. But setting goals is just the beginning. The real challenge lies in the commitment to achieve them. It's easy to set goals. It's harder to follow through. Remember, a goal without action is just a wish. It's not enough to simply know where you want to go. You must also take the steps to get there. And this journey, my friends, is both demanding and rewarding. Now let's talk about vision. If goals are the blueprints, then vision is the landscape in which those blueprints come to life. Vision is seeing the potential, the possibilities, the future that could be. It's the art of seeing things invisible to others. Vision gives your goals a sense of purpose. It's the fuel that keeps the engine of your ambition running. Think of the great visionaries of our time. They saw beyond the immediate, beyond the obstacles, beyond the doubts. Their visions were not just mere illusions, but possibilities waiting to be turned into reality. They understood that to change the world, you must first see a world that can be changed. Your vision for your future should excite you, motivate you, and constantly remind you of the world of possibilities that lie ahead. It's what gets you up in the morning, what keeps you going when the going gets tough, what makes the challenges worthwhile. Your vision is your why, the reason you do what you do, the reason you keep striving, the reason you never give up. We've discussed the importance of setting clear goals and having a powerful vision. These are the blueprints and landscapes of our future. Yet, there remains a crucial bridge between the vision we have and the reality we desire. And that bridge is action. Turning goals into actionable steps is the essence of progress, the very heartbeat of achievement. You might have the most detailed map, but if you never set out on the journey, the map is just paper. Goals and visions are like that map, guiding you. But it's your steps, your actions that will take you to your destination. This is where many falter. They set goals, they have visions, but they stop at the edge, overwhelmed by the enormity of the task, paralyzed by fear, or ensnared in the web of procrastination. Let's tackle procrastination first. Procrastination is a thief of time, a robber of opportunities. It's an easy trap to fall into, telling ourselves, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it when I'm ready. But remember, every moment spent in procrastination is a moment lost. The antidote to procrastination is simple: start. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start now. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. A journey of 1,000 miles, as the ancient saying goes, begins with a single step. Now, about fear. Fear is natural. It's a part of being human. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of stepping out of our comfort zone. But here's a truth I've learned. On the other side of fear lies freedom, lies growth. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the mastery of it. It's not about being unafraid. It's about being afraid and doing it anyway. Turn your goals into small, manageable steps. Break them down. If your goal is a mountain, start with the first hill. If it's a marathon, start with a single step. Action begets action. The more you do, the more you can do, and the more you want to do. Each step you take builds your confidence, strengthens your resolve, and brings you one step closer to your goal. Let's bring this to life with a story. There was a young man with dreams of becoming a great writer. He had ideas, he had a vision, but he was overwhelmed. Where do I start? What if I fail? He thought. So he started with what he could. a single paragraph each day. Some days it was a struggle, but he kept at it. Paragraphs turned into pages, pages into chapters, and chapters into a book. His journey began with that first paragraph, that first step. Embrace the philosophy of doing. Doing transforms dreams into realities. Doing turns what ifs into what is. Doing is the magic that turns invisible visions into visible results. When you're overwhelmed, remember the power of one step, one action, one day at a time. In our journey towards achieving our goals and realizing our vision, we must be prepared to face challenges and overcome obstacles. It's an inevitable part of any meaningful pursuit. Navigating through difficulties is not just about enduring. It's about emerging stronger, wiser, and more determined. Let's understand one thing. The road to achievement is seldom a straight line. It's more like a winding path with its share of bumps, turns, and perhaps even some backtracking. But it's these challenges that test our resolve, our commitment to our goals, and our true desire for success. Challenges come in many forms. They might be external, like a changing market or a new competitor, or they might be internal, like self-doubt or fear of failure. But no matter the nature of these obstacles, the approach to overcoming them remains the same: resilience and determination. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to not let failures define you but refine you. It's about having a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Determination is the unwavering commitment to your goals, the refusal to give up despite the odds. Let me share with you a story of resilience and determination. There was a young entrepreneur who started a business with great enthusiasm. But soon, he encountered difficulties. His product wasn't receiving the market attention he had hoped for, his funds were dwindling, and his team was losing morale. It seemed like every turn he took led to another roadblock, but instead of giving up, he took these challenges as lessons. He reevaluated his strategy, sought advice, and adapted his approach. His resilience kept his vision alive, and his determination turned his struggling startup into a successful enterprise. This story exemplifies a vital truth. Obstacles are not the end of the road. They are just bends in the path. They test our commitment to our journey. Remember, the oak tree grows strong in contrary winds, and diamonds are formed under pressure. Facing challenges also requires a certain level of creativity and ingenuity. Sometimes the direct path is not the most effective. Be willing to explore new approaches, to think outside the box, to seek solutions from different angles. As you encounter your own challenges, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can this make me better? What new opportunities does this open up? By reframing your challenges as opportunities, you shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of growth. And in overcoming obstacles, don't be afraid to seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who share your vision, and who can offer different perspectives and advice. Remember, even the mightiest ships need a lighthouse to guide them through stormy seas. GP. Embracing the essence of Jim Rohn's teachings, let's explore continual learning and growth. As we navigate through the ebb and flow of life, facing challenges and overcoming obstacles, there emerges an undeniable truth: the importance of ongoing self-improvement and the embracing of lifelong learning. This journey, my friends, is not just about reaching a destination. It's about evolving, growing, and becoming more than we were yesterday. In the garden of life, continual learning is the water and sunlight that nurtures our growth. It's about expanding our minds, enhancing our skills, and enriching our experiences. The moment we stop learning, we stop growing, and when we stop growing, we start withering. To think of the greatest achievers, the innovators, the leaders in every field. What sets them apart is not just their accomplishments, but their relentless pursuit of knowledge, their unquenchable thirst for learning. They understand that to stay ahead, to continue evolving, one must keep learning. But what is lifelong learning? It's more than accumulating facts. It's about developing a mindset that embraces curiosity, questions the status quo and seeks out new experiences and perspectives. It's about being a student of life where every experience, be it success or failure. Let me tell you a story about a man I once knew. He had achieved what many would call successes: a thriving business, a comfortable life. But he didn't rest on his laurels. He continually sought to learn new things to expand his horizons. He read books, attended seminars, learned from mentors, and even from his employees. His business continued to flourish, not just because of his initial success, but because of his commitment to continual learning. His story illustrates that the pursuit of knowledge is not just for the young or the less experienced. It's a lifelong endeavor. Lifelong learning is also about self-reflection and self-improvement. It's about taking the time to look within, to assess our strengths and weaknesses, and to work on becoming better professionals, better friends, better human beings. It's about embracing change, not just externally, but internally. It's about growing in wisdom, not just in age. But how do we foster this mindset of continual learning and growth? First, cultivate curiosity. Be inquisitive about the world around you, about people, about new ideas. Second, seek challenges. Challenges push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to adapt and learn. Third, be open to feedback. Sometimes the most valuable lessons come from the feedback we receive from others. And lastly, commit to self-improvement. Set aside time for personal development. Read a book, take a course, learn a new skill. On continual learning and growth, I want to leave you with this thought. The path to greatness is a journey, not a sprint. It's a continuous process of learning, evolving, and growing. The world is a great teacher for those willing to learn, and life is a vast canvas for those eager to paint. If we move on now to relationships, relationships are more than mere connections. They are the pillars that support our aspirations, the mirrors that reflect our deepest selves, and the catalysts for both personal and professional growth. They provide comfort during challenges, add joy to our victories, and give depth to our experiences. Let's consider the analogy of a garden. Just as a garden thrives through the nurturing of every plant, so too does our life flourish by nurturing each relationship. Each relationship, whether personal or professional, needs attention and care. Neglect a plant, and it withers. Similarly, neglect a relationship and it fades. But why are these relationships so crucial in our journey? Firstly, they offer support. In the face of adversity, it's often the encouraging words of a friend or the wise counsel of a mentor that helps us navigate through. They are the safety nets that catch us when we fall and the cheerleaders who celebrate our successes. Moreover, relationships contribute immensely to our personal growth. Through interactions, we learn patience, understanding, and empathy. We gain new perspectives, broaden our horizons, and develop skills that solitary pursuits could never foster. It's through relationships that we learn the art of negotiation, the grace of handling conflicts, and the joy of shared successes. Consider the power of mentorship. A mentor is not just a guide, but a beacon of wisdom gained through experience. They help us see the pitfalls before we stumble, offer insights to solve problems, and inspire us to reach greater heights. The stories of successful individuals are often peppered with references to mentors who impacted their journeys. Teamwork, too, plays a crucial role. An African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Achieving great goals is seldom a solo endeavor. It often requires the combined efforts, skills, and strengths of a team. In a team, each member brings their unique abilities to the table, creating a synergy where the collective accomplishment is greater than individual contributions. But how do we build and nurture these relationships? It starts with genuine interest in others, active listening, empathy, and a willingness to help. It's about being there in times of need and celebrating in times of joy. It's about mutual respect and understanding, open communication, and shared value. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the power of relationships. There was a young entrepreneur who had a vision but struggled to bring it to life. It was through a network of relationships, a mentor who guided, friends who supported, and a team that worked tirelessly alongside him that his vision became a successful reality. This network was his fortress against challenges and a garden where his dreams took root and grew. Consider the willow tree. It doesn't stand rigid against the storm. It bends and sways, adapting to the wind's fury, yet it stands firm, rooted in its purpose. Similarly, in our lives, being adaptable means having the flexibility to face life's constant changes, to adjust our sails when the winds shift without losing sight of our destination. Adaptability is not about losing your vision. It's about understanding that there may be more than one way to realize it. It's about being open to different approaches, new ideas, and alternative strategies. It's about being innovative in the face of challenges and resilient in the face of change. Let me share a narrative that illuminates this concept. There was once a successful business that thrived in a particular market. However, as times changed, so did the market's needs. The company, once a leader, began to see a decline. The leadership faced a choice: continue on the known path to irrelevance or adapt to the changing landscape. They chose to adapt, reevaluating their strategies, embracing new technologies, and exploring new markets. Their adaptability not only revived the business, but also propelled it to new heights. This story exemplifies a crucial lesson. Adaptability is about evolution. It's about acknowledging that what brought you here may not take you there. It's about continually assessing your environment, learning from your experiences, and being willing to change course when necessary. Embracing change and being open to new ideas are the hallmarks of a flexible mindset. It's understanding that change is the only constant and that our willingness to adapt is key to navigating life's complexities. It's about letting go of this. This is how we've always done. It's mentality. And adopting what new opportunities does this present attitude. Flexibility also means being open to feedback and different viewpoints. It involves stepping out of our comfort zones and challenging our preconceived notions. It's about learning from others, being curious, and embracing the diversity of thought. But how does one cultivate this adaptability and flexibility? It begins with self-awareness, understanding your strengths and being conscious of your areas for growth. It involves developing a growth mindset, one that sees challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. It's about practicing resilience, bouncing back from setbacks with a renewed sense of purpose. And most importantly, it's about maintaining a positive attitude, keeping your eyes on the horizon even when the seas are rough.